comments as you have for the speakers this evening. And this form will be collected at the end of the evaluation session. Okay, now let's start with the first prepared speech. The first speaker is Raina Lodha. This is her Project 1 speech. Her topic is My Journey. So it gives you an impression that Raina may be speaking a speech of elementary level. But let me tell you, she has already attended and won in our recent humorous speech contest. So I don't know whether she's a baby or already half a giant in the journey of Toastmasters. So shall we welcome Raina, please?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Raina Lodha, and I'm here to present my icebreaker speech. Actually, it has nothing to do with ice or breaking anything. As you all know, breaking the ice is to make a beginning. Today is a beginning for me, beginning of my Toastmasters journey. But right now, I'm going to talk about another journey, the journey of my life till now. It began 27 years ago when I was born to an engineer father and a doctor mom. I grew up in India, living with my grandma, my aunt, my cousins, and my elder brother. My brother used to be my nemesis during those days. He used to leave no opportunity unturned to tease me. My grandma was my protector from him. Only in the later years I realized how caring and protective he is. But of course, he still misses no occasion to torment me. Recently on phone he said that he has done his country a favor by shipping me outside. And that now I have become the burden of Hong Kong. Never mind, brothers will always be brothers. Fast forward a few years and I found myself on a fork on the road. One road leads to becoming a doctor. Another road leads to becoming an engineer. I took the path chosen by my father and then by my brother too and became an engineer. Now we have three kinds of engineer in the family. My father, a civil engineer. My brother, a mechanical engineer. And I am an electronics and communications engineer. Later in the journey, I'll tell you about another engineer addition in the family. It was exciting time when I started college, and everyone was getting their first doses of internet, soon which will become an addiction for many of my genre. When I started learning, I was totally into it. Believe me, I just wanted to keep learning. And that led me to get my master's degree right after completing my engineering. I became an MBA, mediocre but arrogant. In my MBA college, there was a professor, Professor R.K. Agrawal, who left a lasting impression on me. He was the professor of economics, but he never confined himself to the nitty-gritty of economics. He used to talk about life and the choices we are offered in our lives. He said, there are only two important decisions that a person makes in his life. He used to call them C1 and C2. C1 stands for career and C2 for companion. He said, if these two decisions come out right for you, your life will be like heaven. Otherwise, you cannot enjoy life. So always be very careful before deciding your career and companion. After finishing my MBA, I took one of the two important decisions of my life, C2, my companion. I got married to Lodha, a computer science engineer. Remember, another engineer addition in the family? And I know many of you will be as surprised as Tina was when I told her that ours was an arranged marriage. Many things suddenly started changing in my life, starting with my name. I was known as Raina Maru for the first 22 years of my life. After marriage, I became Raina Lodha. I had to leave the place that I spent the first 22 years of my life and move to another, not only to a different city, but to a different country altogether. Charles Darwin said, "It is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change." I not only managed to survive all the changes, I greeted them with enthusiasm. And then I took the second most important decision of my life, C1, my career. I now work as IT and operations manager and get to use both my technical skills and my management knowledge on the job. There's a Buddhist proverb that says, "When the student is ready, the master appears." I believe I was ready to stretch myself when I found Toastmasters. I call it my C3. And I hope I'll change my name one more time, this time from Raina Lodha to Raina Lodha CTM. I know I'm in the early stages of my life, in my journey. I don't know when this journey will end or where is my final destination. Consider a man riding a bicycle. Whoever he is, we can say three things about him. We know that he got on the bicycle and started to move. We know that at some point he will stop and get off. And most important of all, we know that if at any point between the beginning and end of his journey, he stops moving and does not get off the bicycle, he will fall off it. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that the quest of ourselves can keep us moving through this journey of our life, a journey that we all